All right, people, the holiday season is here, and today we're doing a show-stopping holiday ham that's gonna have your entire family asking you, who did you hire to cook this year? We're talking perfectly sweet, glazed, savory, juicy, delicious ham with those beautiful caramelized edges that people go crazy for. So if you're tired of that dry, boring, and bland ham you've been having each and every year, you clicked on the right video. Meet me in the kitchen, let's make it happen. All right, people, first things first, grab this. Get rid of that. We're gonna make our own glaze today. We have a beautiful 8-pound, relatively small, spiral sliced ham. This is gonna cook for 10 to 12 minutes per pound. That's pretty much the standard for all spiral sliced hams. Always read the directions on yours. So 10 to 12 minutes per pound, this is 8 pounds. We're gonna go ahead and get it in our wire rack. You wanna add some fruit juice or broth of some sort to make sure you have some liquid in here so that the ham steams a little bit and stays nice and moist. You don't want it to dry out. We're using apple juice today. We're using some orange slices, cinnamon sticks, allspice or pimento berries, lots of flavor, lots of aromatics. One other pro tip before it goes in the oven, I like to coat it with some barbecue seasoning or some brown sugar. I like the barbecue seasoning because it has brown sugar in it. That's important because it's going to caramelize nicely. It's going to add some seasoning and some flavor to your ham, but it's also going to caramelize while it's in the oven. So I'm going to go with my barbecue seasoning. Use whatever your favorite barbecue seasoning is. I'm just going to give it a nice light coating on the exterior. If you want to get it in between the spiral slices, that's a good idea as well. But this is going to help get those crispy bits on the outside that everybody loves, along with the glaze we're going to use as well. But you want to get the party started early. So we're going to go ahead and add this barbecue seasoning or just a little light layer of brown sugar, however you want to do it. And make sure you hit all the edges. The fat cap is going to start to render a little bit. It's going to mix with that barbecue seasoning and caramelize really nicely. Going in the oven at 325 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes per pound. All right, guys, the ham is in the oven smelling absolutely amazing. That's where all those aromatics come into play, the cinnamon sticks, the allspice berries, or if you have whole cloves, you can use those. The orange just smells so good. Next up, we're gonna make it even better by adding this glaze to it. So we're going with 1 stick of butter. Gonna melt that down. The juice and zest of 1 orange. I like to go ahead and get the orange zest in there. Then we'll add the juice. We're using cherry preserves. Feel free to use whatever your favorite preserves are for this. Any fruit would work. I love the cherry because it's a little tart, so it offsets a little bit of the sweetness, but it also is bright red and just adds a beautiful color to the ham. So that's really my favorite part of the use of the cherry, is the color. Going in with our brown sugar. Another reminder, guys, this recipe and all of my recipes can be found at MrMakeItHappen.com. We're also going to add a tablespoon or 2 of Dijon mustard. This pairs really nicely with ham. You may not think so if you've never made this before, but the Dijon is going to definitely add some great flavor balance to the sauce. Again, there's a lot of sweet components in here, so that little bit of bite from the Dijon is really nice. So trust me on that. You don't want to use yellow mustard, you want to use Dijon. If you're skeptical, just use like a half a tablespoon. For those of you guys that trust me, the Dijon really levels this up. Give that a little mix, and then we're going in with our honey. Running low, so I'm going to just take the top off completely. What about a 1/4 cup of honey? Tablespoon or so of hot sauce, just to add a little bit of spice, red hot. Not really that spicy, but just we're looking to balance flavors, right? So that's what we're going with. And then we have our cherry preserves. 1/4 cup of that as well. Maybe even a 1/2 cup if you're feeling frisky. Now, one thing to keep in mind when it comes to things like clove is a little bit goes a very long way. So you don't want to overdo it with the clove. So we're going to just add a little bit of that. You can go a little heavier on the cinnamon, which we're going to do. About a teaspoon of that. And then the clove, you just want a couple dashes. The flavor is very pronounced. Help if I take the top off. A little bit of clove, very traditional with ham. You can leave it out if you want to, but I'm going to add some. But just don't overdo it. All right, guys, during the last 20 to 25 minutes of the cook time, you want to glaze the ham. You're going to do this maybe once or twice. Just make sure that it's evenly distributed. You want it to be nice and shiny like you see right here, and then we'll save the rest for serving. That way everybody gets a bite with the amount of glaze that they prefer. Now, if you watch TV, YouTube, the internet, whatever, you see a lot of ham served like this. And I did it too, just for the sake of the thumbnail. But I'm going to show you the proper way, in my opinion, to slice and serve a ham. You can do it like this. People can, pick off their own pieces, or you can put it bone side up like so, and then you just slice around the bone, which I'm going to show you right now. If you want more recipes like this, hit that subscribe button and click the bell to enable notifications. Also, all of these recipes can be found at MrMakeItHappen.com. Without further ado, let's dig in for the taste test. A little extra glaze, because why the hell not? A little drippage. Better on the ham than in my beard, right? That's money. Happy holidays. Enjoy.